The vibrant city of Solapur, Maharashtra, became a beacon for the global Pi network community, hosting one of the most impactful GCV barter events to date. Held at Kusumraj Multipurpose Hall, the gathering demonstrated how decentralized value exchange, driven by PiCoin and rooted in the global consensus value, GCV, can redefine digital economies. The event brought together pioneering figures, local merchants, and Pi advocates to spotlight real-world implementation of Pi Network's token utility. With Pi being exchanged at the GCV of $314,159, the gathering offered a glimpse into what decentralized transactions might look like on a global scale. Have you heard about the global consensus value of over $314,000 per PiCoin? And are you curious about what's really happening with Pi Network in India right now? Well, I'm going to answer all these questions and more. Today, we're diving deep into Maharashtra's groundbreaking GCV barter event that has the entire Pi Network community talking. I'll show you what actually happened, what it means for the future of Pi Network, and most importantly, what this could mean for your Pi coins. Stay with me because I'll reveal the real trading price of Pi Network right now, explain the truth behind the GCV movement, and share some surprising insights about how Pi Network is building real-world adoption. Plus, I have some exciting news about what's coming next for Pi Network that you won't want to miss. Let's greet and welcome my incredible pioneers from around the world. Whether you're watching from Nigeria, Papua New Guinea, United States, India, Philippines, Canada, Kenya, or anywhere else on this beautiful planet, I'm absolutely thrilled to share this incredible news with you today. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you're always in the loop with the latest Pi Network updates. And don't forget to drop a comment saying, Pi Network to the moon, along with your country and flag. Let's fill the comments with pioneer pride and show the world how powerful and united our global community really is. Let me tell you about something incredible that just happened in Solapur, Maharashtra, India. Picture this. Hundreds of Pi Network pioneers gathered at the Kusumraj Multipurpose Hall for what they called a GCV barter event. But here's what made it special. People were actually using Pi coins to buy and sell real goods and services. The event was organized by community leaders like Swami Gurupadaya, Fulari, Raj Sharma, and Rinku Singh. These aren't just random people. They're passionate Pi Network advocates who decided to put their money where their mouth is. They created a real marketplace where Pi coins had actual buying power. But here's where it gets interesting. They were using Pi coins at the community-proposed GCV rate of $314,159 per PiCoin. Yes, you heard that right, over $300,000 per PiCoin. Now before you get too excited, let me explain what's really going on here. Here's something that might surprise you. While this event used the GCV pricing, the actual trading price of Pi Network today is around 0.44 USD. That's a massive difference, right? So what's happening here? The global consensus value, or GCV, is a community-driven concept. It's based on the mathematical constant pi, 3.14159 multiplied by 100,000. The idea comes from passionate Pi Network believers who think this should be the true value of Pi coins. Now, I want to be completely honest with you. The GCV isn't an official price set by the Pi core team. It's not recognized by major exchanges. It's a grassroots movement by the community. But here's why it's still important. It shows the incredible belief and dedication of Pi Network supporters worldwide. Think about it this way. These people believe in Pi Network so much that they're willing to trade real goods and services using their own community valuation. That's not speculation, that's faith in action. You might be wondering, if the real price is only 44 cents, why does this event matter? Great question. Let me explain why this is actually huge for Pi Network's future. First, it proves that Pi Network can work as a real currency. When people start using any digital coin for actual transactions, buying food, services, or goods, that's when it becomes real money. The price doesn't matter as much as the fact that people accept it and use it. Second, this shows the power of community adoption. Remember, Pi Network has over 65 million users globally, with more than 20 million who have completed KYC verification. When communities like Maharashtra start organizing real-world events, it creates a ripple effect. Third, it demonstrates the strength of the Pi Network ecosystem. The event wasn't just about trading. People learned about staking, discussed governance, and explored dApps built on Pi Network. This is how crypto ecosystems grow, through education and real-world use. Here's something that will blow your mind. Pi Network isn't just popular in India. It has passionate communities in Nigeria, Philippines, Pakistan, Brazil, and dozens of other countries. What happened in Maharashtra is happening worldwide, just at different scales. Let me take you on a journey around the world to see how Pi Network is growing globally. In Nigeria, which has one of the largest Pi Network communities, young entrepreneurs are using PiCoins to start small businesses. I heard about a university student in Lagos who started accepting Pi for graphic design services. She built up a client base of fellow Pi pioneers, and now she's earning enough to support her education entirely through Pi-based transactions. In the Philippines, island communities that have limited access to traditional banking are finding Pi Network particularly valuable. There are fishing communities where people use PiCoins to trade catches, equipment, and supplies. The mobile-based mining system works perfectly in areas where smartphones are common, but banks are scarce. Brazil has seen some of the most creative Pi Network adoption. In São Paulo, there are underground Pi Network markets where artists sell their work exclusively for PiCoins. Musicians are accepting Pi for private performances. Even some food vendors at local events have started accepting fractional Pi payments. What's fascinating is how different cultures are interpreting and using Pi Network in their own unique ways. In Pakistan, family networks are using PiCoins for remittances, avoiding expensive traditional money transfer services. Fathers working in cities send PiCoins to their families in rural areas, who then use them in local Pi accepting shops. In Kenya, farmers are using Pi Network to coordinate group purchases of seeds and equipment. They pool their PiCoins together to buy in bulk, getting better prices and supporting each other's agricultural efforts. The beautiful thing about Pi Network is its accessibility. Unlike Bitcoin or Ethereum, you don't need expensive mining equipment. You don't need to understand complex technical concepts. You don't need significant capital investment. You can mine Pi right from your phone with just a few taps every day. This accessibility has created a truly global community of ordinary people who are part of the crypto revolution. These aren't tech billionaires or Wall Street investors. These are teachers, farmers, students, small business owners, and retirees who want to be part of building a better financial future. The event organizers in Maharashtra used slogans like Har Har Pi, Gar Gar Pi, which means Pi everywhere, Pi in every home. This beautifully captures the vision of Pi Network, not as an elite investment for the wealthy, but as a people's currency that everyone can access and use. They also chanted One World, One Pi, showing how this local event connects to a global vision. This isn't just about making money, it's about creating a unified global financial system that works for everyone, regardless of their location, economic status, or access to traditional banking. What strikes me most about the global Pi Network community is their sense of unity and shared purpose. I've seen Pi pioneers from different countries helping each other with KYC verification, sharing mining tips, and even organizing cross-border collaborations. There's a remarkable story about a Pi Network group chat that includes members from over 50 countries. They share daily mining reminders, celebrate each other's achievements, and provide emotional support during difficult times. During the COVID-19 pandemic, this digital community became a lifeline for many people who were isolated and struggling economically. This global unity is what makes Pi Network different from many other cryptocurrency projects. It's not just about the technology or the potential profits. It's about building a global family of people who believe in financial inclusion and are willing to work together to make it happen. Now, let's talk about what this really means for Pi Network moving forward. The Maharashtra event is like a successful test run for something much bigger. Imagine if events like this start happening in major cities worldwide. Imagine if local businesses start accepting PiCoins at community-agreed prices. Even if it's not at the full GCV rate, it creates real utility and demand. I believe we're witnessing the early stages of a completely new economic model. Traditional economics says that currency value should be determined by central authorities, market forces, and speculation. But Pi Network is proving that communities can collectively decide on value and make it work in practice. Think about what happens when thousands of these local Pi economies develop worldwide. Each community might have slightly different Pi valuations based on their local needs and economic conditions, but they're all connected by the same underlying Pi Network blockchain and the same belief in decentralized, inclusive finance. This could lead to something economists have never seen before: a global currency that's valued differently in different communities, but accepted everywhere because of shared trust and infrastructure. Pi Network has a $100 million ecosystem fund supporting development. This isn't just for show, it's actively funding real projects that build utility for PiCoins. They have Pi App Studio, where developers are building applications for education, gaming, finance, and commerce. They have the Pi browser for Web3 integration, allowing seamless interaction with decentralized applications. But here's what excites me most. The projects being funded aren't just technical solutions. They're addressing real-world problems that Pi Network communities face. There are applications being developed for micro-lending, where Pi pioneers can lend small amounts to each other without involving traditional banks. There are marketplace applications where people can buy and sell goods using PiCoins with built-in reputation systems and dispute resolution. One particularly interesting development is Pi Network's focus on financial inclusion in underserved markets. They're working with local organizations in developing countries to create Pi-based solutions for people who don't have access to traditional banking. This isn't just charity, it's smart business, because these markets represent billions of potential users. The key insight here is that cryptocurrency value isn't just about trading on exchanges. It's about real people finding real uses for digital money. And that's exactly what's happening with Pi Network. I've been following Pi Network's technical development closely, and they're making steady progress toward full mainnet launch. They've implemented KYC verification for over 20 million users. They've launched the Pi browser with Web3 capabilities. They've created a staking mechanism that allows people to earn additional Pi by securing the network. Each of these developments makes Pi Network more useful as a real currency and less dependent on speculative trading for its value. But perhaps most importantly, they're building partnerships with real businesses and organizations. I've heard rumors about major companies considering Pi Network integration, though nothing has been officially announced yet. The potential for widespread business adoption is enormous, especially given Pi Network's massive user base. Here's a prediction I'm willing to make. Within the next 2 years, we'll see major e-commerce platforms starting to accept Pi Network payments. Not necessarily at GCV rates, but at market rates that reflect real utility and demand. When that happens, Pi Network will transition from being a community experiment to being a legitimate alternative currency option. Now, I want to be completely transparent with you. While I'm excited about Pi Network's potential, we need to be realistic about the numbers. The current trading price of 44 cents is the market reality right now. The GCV of $314,159 would create a market cap larger than the entire world economy. That's not realistic in the short term. But here's what is realistic. Pi Network continuing to build real-world adoption, growing its ecosystem, and gradually increasing in value as more people use it for actual transactions. The Maharashtra event shows us that Pi Network has something many other cryptocurrencies lack: a passionate global community willing to use it as real money. That's invaluable. So, what should you do with this information? Here are my recommendations. First, if you're not already mining Pi Network, consider starting. It's free, it takes just a few seconds daily, and you never know where this project might go. Second, stay informed about real developments. Follow official Pi Network channels, not just community speculation. Look for news about mainnet progress, new partnerships, and ecosystem development. Third, think about how you might use Pi Network in your own community. Could you organize a local meetup? Could you convince local businesses to accept Pi? Small actions create big movements. So, what do you think about Maharashtra's GCV breakthrough? Are you excited about Pi Network's community-driven approach to building real-world adoption? I want to hear from you. If this video helped you understand Pi Network better, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me know that you're finding value in this content. And here's something fun. Write Pi Network to the moon in the comments below, along with your country name and flag. Let's see how many countries are represented in our Pi Network community. I read every comment, and I love seeing our global Pi family come together. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. I'm constantly researching and sharing the latest developments in Pi Network and other exciting cryptocurrency projects. You don't want to miss out on important updates that could affect your crypto journey. Also, if you found this video valuable, please share it with your friends and family who are interested in cryptocurrency. The more people who understand what's really happening with Pi Network, the stronger our community becomes. Remember, whether you're a long-time Pi pioneer or just discovering Pi Network today, you're part of something special. You're part of a global movement that's trying to make cryptocurrency accessible to everyone, not just the wealthy few. Keep mining, keep learning, and keep believing in the power of community-driven change. The future of money is being written right now, and you get to be part of the story.